Hello everyone. Today we'll be learning about parts of X-ray tube. Now generally X-ray tube is also called as Coolidge tube because first design of X-ray tube was given by Mr. Coolidge. So basically this X-ray tube is also called as cathode ray tube. Now cathode rays are stream of high speed electron produced in a manufactured device. So in this X-ray tube we have high speed electrons which are produced. So these high speed electron or cathode rays are particulate radiation. It is one of the type of radiation which are then converted into electromagnetic radiation, that is X-rays. In any X-ray machine there are two voltage circuit which provide power supply to this X-ray tube. X-ray tube consists of mainly negatively charged cathode and positively charged anode. So high potential difference is provided by high voltage circuit in a X-ray machine. There is another circuit called as low voltage circuit which helps in passing the current through filament which is present in the cathode. Now coming to parts of X-ray tube. X-ray tube is generally evacuated vacuum tube surrounded by lead glass or lead glass envelope. It mainly consists of cathode which is negatively charged and anode which is positively charged. Cathode consists of focusing cup which is made of molybdenum and tungsten filament. There is low voltage circuit in a X-ray tube and current passes through this tungsten filament, and because of tube current which passes through this tungsten filament, electrons comes out of this tungsten filament and form a electron cloud near cathode which is negatively charged. Now this process of hitting the filament by current and electrons coming out of the filament is called as thermionic emission. Now this cathode is negatively charged, and negatively charged electron cathode will try to repel the electron when high voltage circuit is applied between cathode and anode. So electrons get a kinetic energy because of this potential difference. Now when electron travel from cathode to anode, these high speed electrons are called as cathode rays, which is actually a type of particulate radiation. Okay. Kinetic energy of these electron is converted into X-ray photons. Now out of this kinetic energy of electron, only 1% of kinetic energy is converted into X-ray photon, whereas remaining 99% of kinetic energy is converted into heat. Now how this heat is dissipated we will see in later part of the lecture. Now coming to second part of X-ray tube, that is anode. Anode consists of target which is made of tungsten, and this target is embedded into copper stem. Now there is small area on the target called as focal spot, where incoming electron from cathode interact with target material, and this kinetic energy of electron is converted into X-ray photons. Now we will see how what exactly happens to heat generated in a X-ray tube, how heat is dissipated. Now there is a target which is embedded into copper stem. Copper is good conductor of heat, so it conducts the heat out of the filament. That is called conduction. Now around this vacuum glass tube there is insulating oil present in a X-ray tube head which dissipate the heat and have cooling effect on the X-ray tube. That is called convection. Third is in some of the extraoral X-ray machines or high voltage X-ray machines, generally rotating anode is used. Now for intraoral X-ray machine we generally use stationary anode. With rotating anode, this incoming electron hits onto the target at different along the perimeter of rotating anode or rotating target material, thereby heat is dissipated over full perimeter of target material. That is called rotation. And last one, there are some radiator devices attached to extraoral X-ray machines which conducts the heat out of X-ray tube. So there are four methods of heat dissipation, that is conduction, convection, rotation and radiation.